Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
It's
Here
a
comes the shakedown.
Let's go.
Yo, my dude, Kick Dingbat here. Welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast on the eve of maybe, if not, the biggest game of the year. No doubt about it. Joey, what's going on, my man?
My name is Sonny, by the way.
All right.
Sonny.
What's up, Sonny?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're already here. Big game. A lot has happened this week. A lot to talk about for this beginning of the week. So, yeah.
Crazy amount of stuff. Always. What's going on, Odell Boy, Ian, 890, Frank? What's happening? Clark, Kyle, Donnie, Filioso, 125, 850, Dockery, Royalty in the house. Barbie, the Doll Princess of YouTube is here. A Warrior Rage. What's going on, Nick? Bison, Mr. Wing, King George, anybody else I missed, Go F Yourself is here, and I appreciate everybody joining us. Man, big game tomorrow. Big game. Like you said, we got a lot to talk about. I guess, like you said, the first thing we should talk about is probably the Jair Alexander retirement. Can we call it a retirement or stepping away? What do you think, man?
I was confused. I mean, it was like we really want to kind of see how this all would, kind of come together with him being in this defense, giving him a shot finally. I mean, it wasn't even like a week ago. He said he was feeling right. His body was right, healthy as ever been. Like he was excited just to be involved. And then like this news just came out. Well, I think the first red flag was he didn't board the plane to go to Green Bay. And that was like kind of weird. It was kind of weird. I don't know why. And then all of a sudden wants to retire, and maybe it's because of his mental. It's because of maybe his injury, working on his health. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, we don't really know why, right? We weren't really given a reason, except for that he wanted to spend some time physically and mentally. I don't know. I mean, did he see the awesome cornerback play of one Adoree Jackson and say, "Oh, I can't compete with that. I'm out of here"? I don't know. I'm just saying, but. If it is a mental issue, or physical, like I wish him nothing but the best.
You're right.
I mean, I don't feel like we lose anything except for that draft pick, because he never stepped on the field.
We're in the same situation.
We don't know what we're losing.
We're in the same situation.
Yeah, and so we'll see. He was a low risk, high reward. If it would have worked out, great. If not, we're all right. Nick, thank you for the super chat first today. He's a Batulo better get AJ going against backup corners. Yeah, we're gonna get in the injury report in a minute, but there's one other thing I want to talk about before we do that. Chris Scott, man, member for 48 months. Thank you so much. He goes, if our defenses continue to improve and this offense can get going and be consistent, we're almost impossible to beat. Yeah, I think so too. I definitely think so, and thank you so much for the support, man. We appreciate it. The other guy that did make his debut was Jalen Phillips. We did not get to talk after the game about Jalen Phillips and the impact. What did you think about that impact, that debut?
He fit in really well. Disruptive, forced a fumble, got a fumble. He, you could see with a deeper rotation, like how much it's improving Jalix Hunt and back to his playoff form. Even that first bit of pressure he got, where Love had to back up out of the pocket, gave Jalix Hunt enough time to get the sack. I mean, he was an immediate impact. Immediate impact. And he's great. And he's great against the run.
Snaps.
Yeah.
I think he led the team in snaps. I think he was out there more than anybody else. That's when we talk. I mean, that's what we were talking about when we were talking about trading. Remember, we talked about Chubbs, more Chubbs than him because we thought that was more realistic. But you get a guy that knows the system he's going into. It's way easier to transition him in than a guy that has to come in and learn something brand new.
True.
So I think that makes a big difference. But I mean, he made a big difference in the run game, I thought, too.
Oh yeah.
He sets the edge. He's bigger. He's bigger than you think he is. Like, I didn't think he was 265, something like that.
Right.
So he's a big boy. And I think the addition of Nolan Smith back and Brandon Graham, he got in there late. I mean, I think you're looking at a totally different defensive line than we had earlier in the year.
Yeah, Nolan Smith had a sack. I mean, big plays made. I mean, they were great. I can't complain about the pass rush. I mean, look, Nolan Smith will probably have more snaps this week. Had limited last week. Brandon Graham only had 10 snaps, so he'll get more snaps this week. So yeah, the pressure's coming on, no doubt.
Yeah. Banjo says Jalen Phillips is a monster for sure. If he keeps balling like this, he should. They'll have to choose when to double team him and Carter. I know it creates a lot of positive things for us if he can continue to do what he did. There's no question about it. Palantir says 500 loves Chubbs.
Yes, he does.
Loves Chubbs. Pause, no diddy. Member for 22 months is our man MT Shark 714. Thanks so much for the support. He goes, hey, we need a complete game. I've got a great. I think that if you're ever going to have a complete game, this is the one to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Detroit family over everything. So Detroit tight end is out. We're gonna talk. We're gonna go over the injury report in a second here. Nick, thank you for super chat. He goes, would you say Phillips is better than Sweat? I mean, I don't think you could say that right at this point. He's played one game for us, but I think he's got higher upside. I do. I really think he has a higher upside.
Yeah. You take the injuries the last couple years with the Achilles, the ACL. I mean, even Sweat as a fourth. Sweat would have been a late first round pick if he didn't have a knee injury in his college career. So he turned out really well for us.
Yeah. Well, and Phillips is coming. What's great about Phillips is he looks like he's getting better as the season's going. He's a year removed. Well, he's not a year removed. He only is coming back from ACL. He's going to be even better next year. But I mean, I thought he was like, I don't think the Eagles win the game without him if he's not on the team.
Agreed.
I really believe that. And Nick, thank you for that super chat. But since we're talking about injuries, let's talk about this injury report. I'm going to bring up the Eagles first because it's pretty clean actually.
Yeah.
You got Corey. I don't know who the first guy is. I don't even know who that is. Caladonis. Who the hell is that? I don't even remember who that is.
I have no idea.
Caladonna. Who the hell is that?
Adominus.
I don't know who that is. I don't remember them signing him because I would have totally screwed up his name if I talked about him. But it is what it is. But Jacorian Bennett, he's full practice, so he's a go. Will he get any snaps? Will he get any reps, or is he going to be backing up? Yeah, I don't think he will either. Darius Cooper, shoulder. He got hurt in that game versus Green Bay. Landon Dickerson, quad, full practice. And then the big one, really the big one is Cam Jurgens. Full practice, knee. If he's coming back and he's only 80%, I think it's a mistake. He needs to be close to 100% as possible because I need him to play better than he's played the first half of the season. If we can get him healthy and playing like he did last year, they'll be in good shape.
Cam did say it was kind of up in the air right now, so I don't know if does he need? Even the bye week really didn't help either. I mean, it's helping obviously, but he still needed more time.
He said he wasn't sure, and then they went to practice and he practiced fully, and they upgraded him, so he's going to go.
All right.
Lane Johnson ankle, full practice. Willie Lampkin, full practice. I think he's going to be out tomorrow, though.
Yeah, question.
Noel Smith, triceps, and then Tyler Steen, oblique. They're full practice. The Eagles, I mean, overall, that's a pretty clean injury report for week 11.
Yeah, it's great.
Not bad. Then if we look at the Lions, you got Terrian Arnold out. Was it Kirby Joseph out? Sam Laporta out.
Big.
Now he hurt his back. Apparently, it was like Saturday. He just got put on the IR today, so he's actually out for 4 games. That's a big loss for them because I think Goff likes to check down to him if need be. You know, but I mean, they still got weapons. Then you have all these other guys are questionable.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna read off, but the big one is Sam Laporte being out. That's definitely that's a big loss, I think.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you really have to, the run game is going to be huge for Detroit, and the Eagles have to stop that. I mean, Gibbs is going to be the number 1 guy. Montgomery, they got a good offensive line. They got 2 really good wide receivers, so they still have still a test. Even without Laporte, it's still a test, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree. JT, thank you for super chat. He goes, Mulata celebrated too much this all season. He's been asked the whole year. I think Carter is going to terrorize Goff. Easy win. Easy win. I like that. I do. I mean, Carter to me is the key to the game tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. And Mulata hasn't been that great. I think part of the reason why Mulata hasn't been that great is because I think he's been trying to help compensate for what Landon Dickerson can't do. Like, I think he's been trying to watch his guy over there because he's been hurt. So hopefully they'll get going, That offensive line has to be better than it's been. It just does.
Yeah.
Sean Mims, thank you for super chat. Goes, I see Barkley busting out. Then Sills will say, we still did not beat anyone. His hate is good for us. Yeah, well, he definitely hates us. It'll be yeah. If Barkley breaks out, there'll be an excuse. Barkley should have broke a big one last game. I don't know if you guys remember, but Parsons tripped him. He flat out tripped. He got fined for it. But if he doesn't trip him, that's a touchdown.
Yeah,
he was gone. So the way I look at it is that's another game in which Barkley should have had a big run. I think we're turning the corner in terms of the running game. I think it's going to be better. You're suffering from calodontitis. The doctor says I need weeks rest. Oh my God. I don't even know who that is, dude. I don't remember, seriously. I don't even remember talking about that guy. Danielson, it's just you or me.
It's you.
I don't know.
It's you.
Welcome to Dingbat Nation, man. Thank you so much. Welcome back to Dingbat Nation, I should say.
He's a long snapper, apparently.
Thank you, my man. Oh, he's a long snapper? Yeah, well, that's why. Halfway Crooks, thank you for super chat. This is it. Kevin Patullo better get it together. Do you know how much money we've invested on the offense? We can't even run the ball consistently. Shaking my head. Well, did you guys? And thank you for the super chat. But here's the question: is it Patullo or is it Nick Sirianni? See, because I go back to this we talked about this earlier in the year. If Patullo's getting a set of a sheet to call the plays, who's installing those plays? Because to me, I think the installer of the plays is also at fault, as well as the offensive coordinator, because the in-game adjustment sucks. It always takes 2 full quarters for them to make the proper adjustment in game. So I think the blame goes to both guys, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, it's looking like another Brian Johnson scapegoat situation. I mean, I don't want to say that, but look how far you are. You're halfway in the season now, and we still have no identity. Somebody said can't run the ball with no consistency. It's lackluster. I mean, you're still, you're having one good series, and then I feel like every time these defenses figure you out, you don't adjust back. I mean, Patullo's press conference, I just can't listen anymore. That guy has never he has the most punchable face I have ever seen. Because every fucking week, dude, he's there was one thing that I couldn't even say what he said. He's like most teams, they at the half, they make adjustments. We make adjustments after every series. And then he had an excuse for the third and longs, right? How every time. How many times is Shipley in the game on 3rd and long? Like, I feel like they're just trying to get, when they're backed up at the 20, the 15 or something like that, they're just running with Shipley on 3rd and long. It's always a run every single time. They're running there because they want to get better field position to punt.
Yeah, they're giving up on the series because they're playing that whole conservative, just don't turn the ball over, don't make a mistake game. That's what they're playing.
Yeah, right.
You know, and it's not going to work against Detroit. You can't give series away like that. You just can't. Mike, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, maybe Diana Rossini can call plays. She seems to know everything. Oh God, yeah, she's another one
today.
Like, you know, all the stuff with AJ Brown trade, she was wrong about all of it. And then, like, now today, the report is, for those that haven't seen, report is that other teammates on the offense have grown frustrated with Jalen Hurts because they feel he's too conservative, especially when they're playing a zone defense. He won't take any chances. He won't trust the offense or trust the players around him. So
she's got no fucking source. I mean, it's, this defensive coordinator said this about the Eagles, or this high executive said this. Like, it's all third party bullshit, and there's not even a third party. I mean, the report was Jalen Hurts. Multiple offensive players have grown frustrated with Jalen Hurts' approach against zone coverage this season. People in the Eagles building tell Rossini they believe he's become hesitant in tight windows, leaning on checkdowns or scrambles instead of trusting what's open downfield. Do you really fucking believe that?
No, I'm convinced that Eagles, this is my theory. All right. I believe that the front office puts it out on purpose because they know it's going to piss Jalen Hurts off. And when he's pissed off, he goes out and he has monster games so he can tell everybody he proved them wrong. I'm convinced, dude, because every time we get one of these before a game, he goes out and has a monster game all the time. Remember last year after the Carolina game? I mean, Jalen Hurts can't throw. He goes out versus Pittsburgh.
It wasn't a great game.
It's just he always does it. So maybe it's on purpose to get him all fired up. I don't know. Chris 3K said, yo, Philly, honest question. Why should I be confident in any matchup for our offense? We make every defense look good because of how inconsistent we are. I believe in the defense. The offense, I just hope. I mean, that's a great question, right? It's a great question. And the only things that I can say and the only answer I could really give you is this. One, they won the Super Bowl last year. So they've showed that they can be prolific when they need to. And that's the other reason. We know that they have the talent on offense. This isn't a question of talent. This is a question of trusting the talent on the field and allowing them to play to their strengths and go out and do what they do instead of being so conservative that you're actually suppressing the talent. So in one aspect, I agree with you. Like you have to hope that the coaches unleash them, but you got to feel like, that they have it in them. That when that offense steps on the field, they're talented. They just got to put it together. So I think there's reason for hope. But I mean, it's a fair question. And I wish I could give you a better answer. I can't, other than say that it seems like when the offense needs to score, they score. When they're forced to have to throw, they can throw. When they need a touchdown, they get a touchdown. But the rest of it is, I think, a product of the way that they play offense, really suppressing the talent around them.
Yeah, I mean, they would rather have 3 to 5 yard gains and waste 8.5 minutes going upfield and just kicking a field goal, and they think that's a big success. Like, look at Devontae Smith on the mic'd up versus the Packers. Like, just throw the ball, just throw the motherfucking ball. That's what he said. Like, he's just like, just even Troy Aikman said during the game, he's like, look how conservative they look. I mean, everyone fucking sees it. Everybody sees it.
Yeah. You sometimes you just have to throw it up and be like, trust AJ Brown to come down with it. Trust Devontae Smith to come down with it. More than not, they're going to win. You know, I think last year, I think the Eagles, when they started running the ball last year and they were really successful in it, I think they fell into this ultra conservative trap. And it worked last year because nobody could stop the run. But this year, because the run hasn't been effective, you can't mask it anymore. So I'm not saying that they have to go from like one extreme to the other. They've got to come more into the center and just be more balanced. You got to be willing to risk a little more because you don't run the ball like you did last year, you know? And so you have to be willing to throw it. You have to be willing to trust the players around you. You know, the personality of the offense, the players on offense, in my opinion, they're stone cold killers. They want to attack, they want to be aggressive, and they want to score points. And the Eagles, they suppress it. Remember the Bucs game? Right after the Rams game, right? We're sucking in the first half. We win the game because we throw. Then you have A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith all give post-game interviews in which they talk about being killer and being more aggressive on offense, right? They talk about it all week. They go into a Tampa game. They're aggressive. They go into the game in the halftime with a huge lead. Hurts is 15-17. He was 9 for 9 against the blitz. Does not throw a completion the rest of the half because they go right back into this. Well, we're up, we're winning. If we don't make any mistakes, we win the game. Yeah. You can't have that mindset at 15 minutes left in the third quarter. That's good with 4 minutes left in the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right, waste clock down. I mean, you're just doing it at the wrong time. I don't care how much of a lead you have. I mean, sooner or later, because your offense is playing conservative so damn early in the third quarter, you're going to get off the field early. Even with a loaded box, they don't care as long as they waste time, they waste the play. They're not getting any type of first down. The defense is getting more tired. Take the last game for example. Can't disappear for that long. The offense has got to pull their fucking weight because third quarter, they were gassed. You saw the missed tackles. And what you see saying multiple missed tackles, like guys are fucking tired, and you make some stupid decisions in that damn game. That's what's going to happen.
Well, if you look at that first drive, I thought it was really good up until Hurts fumbled. Then it was like, oh, shit, we got to win the turnover battle. Let's go ultra conservative now.
Right.
And they went into a shell, Halfway Crooks, thank you for the super chat. He goes, bro, it is Nick. He is a common denominator in all of this. Even last year, the offense was vanilla at times compared to how Moore looked with Dallas. I agree. I think it is Nick, and I think I think Patullo does deserve some blame too because I think they're so slow to in-game adjust to things. He says they do it every series. There's no way they're doing it every series because, to me, it looks like it takes a quarter or two to adjust finally. So, I mean, I think Nick is a big problem with it.
And it's all excuses. Like Batula's asking why AJ isn't getting targeted. Oh, well, when you look at it, we've been doing that. Look at this play when he freed up Devontae Smith. Naturally, it's just how the game's going. And it's just like he's got an answer for everything. The guy has never blamed himself once, not one time since he got hired. I never heard him in a press conference say it was all on him or he could have been better. Coach, nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Fade 2 game, thank you for super chat. He goes, up, Philly and Joey. When the Eagles drafted Quinyon Mitchell, a lot of beat writers wanted Terry and Arnold. Who's got the last laugh now? Laugh out loud. Pound fly, Eagles fly. Yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right. But I can tell you what, if you were watching the Shakedown and you were watching that combine, there was one guy we were in love with, and that was Quinyon Mitchell.
Yeah.
And it stayed like that the whole time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you're right. Clark Davis super chat. He goes, this is the game, period. If KP doesn't figure it out, we're effed. Go Birds. Let's F and win. Now, here's what I'll say before I read more in the chat. I want to say, just because we said that they're not that maybe their game plan is overly conservative and stuff. I'm not saying Nick Sirianni's a bad head coach. I'm not saying we should do this or get rid or hate on him. I'm just simply saying that it's the mindset of the coach that is conflicting with the players. And to me, what Rossini said about the other players being frustrated, I mean, haven't we said that? I believe A.J. Brown was speaking up for multiple people in that offense. I don't think he was speaking about himself, and so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, and it's not about what AJ was talking. It's not even about his targets and getting him open, but this offense, and he's completely right. This offense is not pulling their fucking weight. And he's saying, why are the Eagles paying so much attention to the defense? They're trying to figure out how to get an edge rusher, get a corner. Like they're making all these moves on the defense to bail this fucking team out for the 7th time this year until the offense could at least get somewhat of a drive going in the second half, or how long it ever takes for that. So like AJ just wants, and yeah, like, look, if he's getting clouded, it's almost as if like, okay, he gets covered, they figure AJ out, and they just don't try to scheme different type of route concepts to try to get him open. They just say, okay, whatever, we'll keep it that way, let everyone else eat. And I get it, but you have a guy making a lot of money right now that's just being a decoy. I mean, he could do so much more. Even when he's covered, he's open. We know what AJ could do. AJ's right. I mean,
no,
that was
wrong.
That was the most productive like presser that he had. Like he spoke the truth. Like I believe 100% of it, that things have to change, and that's it. So
AJ is not wrong in what he's saying. He's probably wrong how he's going about putting things out. I think that's what most people have a problem with is how it goes about. But I'm telling you, it's like a kid. Like if your kid feels like he can't talk to you or tell you something, they act up in different ways. I feel like he probably went to the coaches and they probably said something. And the coaches probably said, well, listen, we understand, we appreciate it, but we're winning games. This is what we're going to do. And then what do? You get frustrated, and then it comes out in that way. That's what I think happened.
Yeah, and one more thing. Like, and because like we complain and we bitch about him not getting targets, and then what happens is because they're so fucking inexperienced when it comes to the offensive coordinator, they'll recklessly target him, and it will be ugly, and it will go nowhere.
Yeah, and it almost seemed like it's to shut him up. Like, here, get your targets. There you go. But it's more than that,
Right.
Christopher, thank you for the super chat. He goes, it's Nick's offense philosophy. After the bye week last year, we went conservative. Limit passes, limit turnovers, and hope Vic and D keeps the score low. Exactly. And the reason why it worked so well was because you ran the ball so damn well. I mean, you had to have a running back basically have maybe the best year of a running back in the history of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But it worked. And then when you're not getting those big runs, because how many times did we see Barkley every week? Third, fourth quarter, break a 40-yarder, break a 50-yarder, So it would break the game open a lot of times. And if you haven't had that this year, then it's a lot easier to see the flaws in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that they should go to Hurts throwing 40 times a game. All I'm saying is just go back to the center a little bit. You know what I mean? Move back a little bit to the center and compensate for the what you're not getting in the run game. And if you're getting a big game where Barkley's going off, then I get it. Stay with it. But you gotta be willing to do other stuff, because what's happening is they keep doing the same thing, and now teams are just, they know what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. I watched that game again, especially the first half. Dude, the Eagles line up. They have 6-7 guys blocking. They have 9 guys in the box. They have 9 guys. And I can tell you, if you pause it before the snap and just go slow motion, you can see the linebackers start creeping up. The safeties creeping up. They already are shooting, get ready to shoot the gap. They know where the ball's going.
Mm-hmm.
So they know where the ball's going. And then when the Eagles are on defense, there's 6 guys blocking and 4 guys rushing. So, what I'm saying is the ultra-conservative stuff is now turning into where you're becoming very easy for defenses to know what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to change it up. And Christopher Michael, man, thank you for the super chat. And you're right. You're absolutely right. And listen, I think they're going to fix it. I think tomorrow is going to be a Jalen Hurts game. I think they're coming out, and I think they're going to throw more than people realize. And I think they're going to have a big game through the air tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Unstable Eric, thank you for super chat. He goes, I'm now judging the IQ of our fan base by how they react to every Rossini report. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to take. I take it with a grain of salt because I mean she acted like her Brown was getting traded. He's gone. It's going to happen. Like.
Yeah, and then after he didn't get traded, she had a podcast the next day. And she was like, "How close was it?" It was like moving the goalpost. It just have to figure out to change the story.
Yeah, I mean, look, we all know that he's not happy with the way the offense is going. We all know that multiple players on the offense are frustrated. The report today it sounds like she's taking kernels of truth of things and then putting it into something bigger than it is, and it's just not the case. Tortyville, thank you for the super chat. Nick and KP don't set teams up with wrinkles. They put Bigsby and Barkley in together for one play, then no other play with the two running back formation. Yeah. Agreed. I agree so much. Like even like if you notice, even the play action fake, like they started using it so much that teams were starting to get not bite on the play action. Like it's like you don't have to go from one extreme to the other. Keep it mixed up and balanced. Keep teams off of it, We're here. Thank you for super chat. 2025 offense looking like Brian Johnson's. It's weird. I know, right?
And Brian Johnson's looking, and that offense looks better than this offense. It's the truth so far this season.
Yeah, it is. And thank you for that. We're here. Thank you for super chat. Thank you, Tortyville, for super chat as well. Palantir says 500. I know I'm in the minority, but to me, it will be the most impressive if we are the first team since 2004 to repeat in the division, Super Bowl win or not. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't happened since 2004. So, I mean, it is impressive in that way.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. The Eagles are 4.5 games up. Like 4.5 games up.
Yeah, I know.
You better win the division. You're 4.5 games up.
Yeah. I know. Well, that's what I say. Like you don't want to have any big. Even after this game, you really don't have any. But besides the Bills at the end of the year, second to last game, you don't really have any. I don't say you really have any big threats going down the line. Like you don't want to choke a game or play down to the competition later on against Washington or.
To me, the most dangerous thing for the Eagles after this game, if they win this game, is to let down the week after. Because, that Cowboys, they stink. And I could see the Eagles totally being like in letdown mode after that game.
Overstepping that game.
If they beat Detroit, because you're going to be, 4.5 games up. You've already beat Dallas once, but you've beaten every team that's a top contender in the NFC. Look, the odds, I just saw a thing today. If the Eagles beat Detroit, they got well over a 50% chance of the number one seed. So it really puts you in a position. So to me, it's like, you just got to take care of business with these games because you're going to be up for this game like you were up last week. And then there's going to be a drop off. You got a lot of AFC team games coming, right? You got the Raiders, the Chargers, and the Bills. That's 3 games in the AFC that will not affect the tiebreaker in any way. So you just gotta make sure you take care of business,
Yeah, and if you take care of business, like you got some other games tomorrow that are going to be pretty important. If the Eagles can get this win tomorrow, it'd be great. So like you have Tampa and Buffalo, which will be a big one at 1. You have the Rams in Seattle. That'll be an interesting one too tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim says, y'all say Nick is a yes man. And the analytics department has a lot of involvement with the offense. So maybe the coaches have no say in it, and that's what the offense has looked like the same last few years. That's why. Yeah, I think at times there's some truth to it because I think a lot of times, and I think it's not just the Eagles, I think a lot of times these teams, they do overuse analytics to the point where I feel like they don't have a feel for the game. And I would think, that maybe there's something to it, but the only issue is last week the Eagles have a 4th and 5. It was 4th and 6. It was 27 seconds left in the game. And I think the analytics told them to punt. and they went for it anyways. It almost cost them the game. Now, if you're going to be aggressive, that was not the time to be aggressive. I wanted them to punt the ball. The way the defense was playing, you punt them inside the 20 or 10 with no timeouts. They're going to run the clock. So I would say, yeah, maybe that's true. But then we saw the biggest decision of the game last week. He went against the analytics.
They threw AJ a bone last. That's what they did. They threw AJ a bone, and they weren't going to kick because it would have been a 58, 59 yarder.
Why would you throw him a bone there? Like, because you saw one completion over the middle ran off 15 seconds. They weren't going to get in a position to kick a field goal if they just punt it inside the 20.
That's all they had to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Kyle, thank you for the super chat. So the Lions don't have no Reed, Arnold, Joseph, Davenport. There should be no reason the Eagles should have less than 250 yards passing, and Laporta is out. Look, I think that the Eagles, I think they could pass. Whether those guys play or not, I think the Eagles have no problem passing if they choose to.
Yeah.
It's just going to be how they play. If you come out in Detroit, and like I said, if you're running the ball in 3rd and 12s and just giving possessions to Detroit, they're going to kill you. You can't give them extra possessions. So to me, the Eagles can't be conservative tomorrow because Detroit is too capable of scoring and scoring quick.
And they're going to come in, and Dan Campbell will have them ready coming into the link physical.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't want to be outperformer and come to physicality, because once they do that, like the Giants did on Thursday night, that's it. Your mental is flawed at that point. So you hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. And Kyle, thank you, man, for super chat. I think the Rams are pretty good, but I think if Detroit, when their offense is clicking, I think they're the scariest offense that we're going to play all year.
Oh, yeah.
They got 2 good running backs. I mean, Gibbs scares the hell out of me. So you got to make sure you set that edge. You got to stop the run, but you also got to watch for him in the passing game. He is dangerous, right?
Yeah.
And then they come in and they rotate Montgomery in, and that's a good 1-2 punch. And then, of course, they got guys that can catch all over the field.
Yeah, Jameson Williams.
Yeah, so to me, the key to this game tomorrow is the Eagles' defensive line. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, you need a good game. The best way, from what I've seen, watching Jared Goff, if you don't let Goff get comfortable early and you get pressure up the middle and make him throw before he wants to, he gets thrown off. It takes him like 3 quarters to readjust. But if he gets comfortable early, he can light you up.
Yeah.
He'll light you up,
Yeah. And athletically, he's not going to, run all over the field either.
No.
I mean, he loves being in that pocket. So if they make him move just a little bit, they'll have a really good chance at every snap. That's all.
I think this got to be Jalen Carter's big game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
If we get that from him tomorrow, we're going to win. Halfway Crook, thank you for super chat. Let's say our offense doesn't get it together. Do you think the defense can carry us to his trophy? Defense have won Super Bowls in the past with subpar of offense. I think if the Eagles have home field throughout the playoffs, it can happen. If they have to go on the road, I think it's going to be tough. Like if they have to go to Detroit and play in a dome, I think it's a tough situation.
Yeah.
If the offense can't figure it out. But if they're at home, I think the weather slows those offenses up, and I think they can get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and really, if you look at the AFC is wild because you have the Colts in first place, you have Denver's a 2 seed, I think. You have the Patriots are a 3 seed. I could see all 3 of those teams losing to a wild card team like the Chiefs. Seriously,
oh yeah,
none of them scare me. None of them scare me. I think coming out of the NFC is harder than coming out of the AFC. Like, I think basically what I'm saying is if the Eagles get to Super Bowl, I think they're going to beat whoever they play in the NFC.
Yeah.
But the hard games are the Rams, they're the Lions, the Bucks even. I mean, you're going to play one of those teams. You're going to play them again.
Yeah.
We're going to play one of these teams again. That's why these tiebreakers are also important because it's a different game if you have to come into Philly. It just is. Bryce Blackwell, my man, thank you for the super chat. says some of the media and fan base want to trade AJ because of his comments, which is insane. I do want Hurts to take more shots and Nick KP to do better planning. I agree with you. And I have no interest in trading AJ Brown. I know some people, in my chat, in this chat, are going to disagree. They're sick of him. I have no interest in moving him. I don't see how that could help us.
I think we're just sick of hearing this over and over. We're just sick of the back and forth over and over again, because once AJ Brown opens his mouth, that's the number one news of the week. It's not the game we have to play, but Malata was even saying this week, he said there's probably 15 other people on this team that could probably agree with certain things that when it comes to support of AJ Brown. And there's probably a lot of people on this team that want AJ to contribute. Okay. And then there's other players out there that are still going to put in the work. So it's a big week. Jalen Hurts he's focusing on the next game. Whoever's not a wide receiver is focusing on the next game, because once they start feeding into this AJ stuff and everyone starts getting a hand in it, it's going to mess up the roster and it's going to be a big distraction, which I don't think the team's really been distracted. I think it's been the media to the coaching staff. I don't think it's really affected the team at all, but they're doing a good job not, prodding into it. So.
No, because I don't think it's being done I know it doesn't look good coming on social media, but I don't think it's coming from a place of, where there's bad intentions. I think it's all well-meaning, maybe not handled right. Yeah. I really believe that. 40-6 is 500. I hate YouTube notifications. They don't work. Man, I'm late. Just got here. Tomorrow going to shut everyone up. I got a feeling we blow them out.
That'd be great.
Man, I hope you're right. Boy, I'll be so obnoxious this week if we blow them out. I will. But notification is always a problem, man. But thanks for being here. Just a David Super Chat. Stop crying, you too.
You too.
Nick has the most wins in the NFL. See, I told you there would be at least one that would say it. That's true. He does have a lot of wins, and he's been good. But you know what? That doesn't mean he can't be better. You didn't expect me to say that. He could be better. I challenged him to be better. Simo David Super Chat. He goes, with all the noise, conspiracies, and drama, I feel like we will get it together. O-line back and healthy, defense playing lights out, and we gave quarterback one. Yeah, we got our quarterback. I believe that too. I believe Jalen Hurts is going to answer tomorrow. The Lions, they also, Dan Campbell is now calling the plays on offense. So he went out there and they scored 44 points against Washington. Do you think that's a big disadvantage for the Eagles that he's calling the plays and maybe we don't have his tendencies?
Yeah, I mean, it has them to have a chance to throw something at us that we don't see. I mean, when it comes to their defense, I mean, they're fourth ranked in man coverage for the season. I mean, potentially you could be having Avonte Maddox playing this damn game. I'm telling you right now, if he's on the field and he's locking up AJ Brown, you're gonna have a problem.
Avonte Maddox,
big toe.
As soon as I see that mother humper limping, I'm after him. I'm going after him. There's no doubt about it. And Simo Up, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to get him one-on-one. Jesus hits, man. Thank you for super chat. Bad play calling is so bad with Smitty and AJ outside threats should make us the best screen team in the game. That's another thing. Can this team run a screen that doesn't take 5 seconds to develop? I watch all these teams run screens, and it's like boom, boom. We run a screen. It seems like it takes.
They're not quick. I wish they had quick screen. No. Yeah, they never do quick screen. Like even like that big play, even that check down that took forever to get to Saquon, where he had no space in front of him. Like that was perfect. Great. That's what they should be doing a lot of the times. It was good.
Yeah. Don Burr, a Lions fan here. I respect you all, but it's Detroit versus everybody. No matter who not playing Laporta, we never had Davenport. He's always hurt. Yeah. No, look, Laporta is a great player, but it's not going to stop that team from moving the ball. There's no question about it. There's not one guy. That's a good, especially offensively, they're a good team. And look, they got a good pass rush too. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson, that defensive line, they can get after it.
Yeah.
I got a lot of respect for Detroit. I actually do. They didn't cry like bitches about the tush. I thought we were gonna duke it out with them at the end of the year. I remember the game from a few years ago where it was back and forth. So I actually I respect Detroit. I do. But they're in our way this week. You know what I mean? Like, you got to go down.
So how are you feeling now? Like Fangio, now Ja'Cory Bennett's been practicing for the last couple of weeks, and Fangio is pretty much saying, well, he's still incomplete, and that's not a good sign. So it seems like he called Adoree Jackson the survivor, which he's bringing a little bit of. Look, I give respect where respect is due. Like he didn't have a bad game. He really didn't have a bad game. It wasn't horrible. Like he got stiff armed at the beginning of the game. He kind of embarrassed himself there, but I thought he was all right. So
yeah, it was all right. But I mean, I think a lot of it had to do with I thought that defensive line dominated the Green Bay Packers. Did not have time.
Yeah, I don't want to rely on the defensive line to cover up a weakness. I hate doing that, but if it makes Adoree a little bit better, since there is going to be some pressure, then it is what it is. So I don't think Ja'Cory Bennett is ever going to see the field for the Philadelphia Eagles, ever, because he just never had a chance.
I truly believe he would be better. I really believe, the way the Raiders stands, he could play. He just is not getting a chance, No.
And
it sucks that Jair Alexander. I would have loved to see what he brings, Simo Mob, thank you for super chat. He goes, also, I'm calling a blowout. Wow. Book it 43-19. Holy crap, dude.
A lot of praising.
Dude, if they score, what is that? 43. That's 20. How many points is that? 29-39. It's like 40. If they win by that margin, I will shave my head.
All right.
No, I will. If they win by, let me do the math. I'm bad at math here. If they win by that margin of victory, I will shave my head. No, I will. I will swear I'll do it. Because I don't believe if they win by 24 points, I'll shave my head.
Okay.
It's done, Simo Mob. If the Eagles win by 24 points or more. Thorntonville, thank you for the super chat. He goes, which quarterback would you put on St. Brown and Williams? St. Brown is better, but Williams has elite speed. I think you got to put. Well, does Brown plays in the slot sometimes, though, doesn't he?
Sometimes, sometimes they'll move him. Yeah.
If he's in the slot, I put Cooper on him. If he's outside, I put Quinion. Williams is good. Williams got a lot of speed. Do you think Adoree Jackson may do better with a guy with speed? Maybe not as physical kind of guy, but a guy that with straight line speed like that.
Yeah, Jameson Williams has gotten better from last year this year because he used to just be a one-trick pony. Now he's running some good routes now. He's actually pretty good with that. So, even at the end of the game, when they were coming, when Green Bay was coming downfield, Adoree played close, but on the third down, he was 8 to 10 yards, probably more than that off the ball, which either they're not giving up, they try not to give up the big play there, or they don't want him playing close for that reason. So, it could help. You got to pick your poison. That's it. You're,
that's what I'm saying. That's why the key is to cut the snake off at the head.
Fangio did say though, if CB, what's going to move Cooper DeJean to CB2 if possible, CB2, he said CB2 has to play pretty bad, for them to for him to move him. They feel good about Michael Carr. He feels really good about Michael Carr, so they have a backup inside guy. So it seems like Michael Carr is strictly just inside, is strictly just depth right now. They're not even trying to get him on the field right now.
Think they'll put him as safety?
Yeah. It's depth per safety too, because they only have three guys. They only have three guys. That's it.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So could they look at him as maybe we do what we did with CJ? Move him from slot to safety. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not doing okay right now. I'm sorry to hear that. But smoking is bad for you. Got winning, and thank you for the super chat. Got winning 28-17. Goff gives us a short field twice, and the offense, ultra conservatives, their way down the field for another 2 touchdowns and dominates time of possession. So he's talking like 2 7-8 minute drives that kill the quarters basically.
Can't do that.
You need that. I'll take it, man.
Yeah.
These guys are all feeling. They all got a way bigger score than I got. King Vlad, Denver Super Chat. Hopefully this game isn't like the 49ers game. Yeah, let me ask you. Some people feel like this could be that 49ers game a few years ago where they came and got bullied and pushed around and punched in the face. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, we got bullied. We got bullied versus the Giants on Thursday night. I mean, we got bullied that game. I mean, on a short week. I mean, we weren't prepared, and they got bullied that week. I mean, that was a totally different story. I mean, that was just they just gave up. I mean, you had a horrible defensive coordinator. There was no sense of urgency. I mean, Big Dom was the only motivation in that game. I mean, they were dead at that point. I mean, they were dead at that point.
Yeah.
That ended our season pretty much.
That ended the season because then you lost to Dallas, then you fired your defensive coordinator, and all hell broke loose.
Patricia comes in and he screws it, and then he changes the defense.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing I didn't like what Nick Sirianni said this week, right? And this kind of bothers me, and it makes me worried. And we'll see how it plays out. But Aiden Hutchinson said that they were viewing this game as a must-win game for Detroit. Like they're taking this game serious. They know that they're always competing with us for home field, and that they look at it as a must-win game. When asked Nick Sirianni, he didn't say that. He said, we don't look at it as a must-win game. We look at it as the next game on the schedule. That kind of bothered me because I'm like, I feel like, no, you need to have and take this game as seriously as the Detroit Lions are taking this game, dude.
Well, I just don't think, and I think, I can agree. There's probably two sides to it. Either when you don't say it feels like he's treating this like a game that doesn't have too much playoff implication, or like, why would he say this? The other side of it is, you have a team right now that's, this is all probably behind the scenes, but what he says at the press conference could be totally different than what he's really telling the players behind the scenes. And I think that's a part of it too. I mean, look at Hutchinson. I mean, look at Aiden Hutchinson. Look what he said this week. He said, we've been circling this game on our calendar. I mean, that's, that's, they really want to win this game. They lost against Washington. They could have been home. They could have been playing the Eagles at home last year. Mm-hmm. And they fucked up their opportunity. And then when we beat Washington, we beat the crap out of them. And then coming into this past offseason, all those players were bitching. We could have beat them. We could have, so I think a lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes. I think Nick doesn't want to put out like towards the lines or we're just, I mean, I don't think Nick ever takes it lightly. I think it makes it seem like that, but I think behind the scenes is a lot stronger. But you could be right. You never know.
Well, hopefully you're right, because behind the scenes is what matters. I don't care what he says at the press conference.
Right.
As long as you're not, these players aren't taking this game lightly. Thank you for the super chat, man. He said Patullo is best friends with Chip Dip Kelly, it seems. I hope not, man. I hope not. Joel Perez, man, thank you for the super chat. He goes, we win the Super Bowl and Patullo, and he doesn't get a head coaching job because he stinks. Do we fire him or bring him back? I think if they win a Super Bowl, they're not firing anybody.
No.
I mean, has there ever been a situation where a guy got fired after winning a Super Bowl? I honestly don't know. I would think not.
If they're not bringing in a consultant at some point this year, like I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know if they would just take Patullo off even after a championship. I just don't think they would do that after 1 year. I really don't.
Yeah. Bobby, thank you for super takers. I'm already looking past the Lions for 8 weeks. Dude, I'm not like, if the Eagles beat the Lions, like, yeah, go have it at the Cowboys. I'll be sitting here relaxing. What are the Cowboys going to do? Beat us? And what? Then only 4 games behind us or 3 games? I mean, it's over. It's over. But I would tell you this right now. I would much rather beat Detroit than Dallas, because it has way more implications.
Yeah.
Than Dallas. Dallas just isn't good. They're not that good. Nick Davis super chat. He goes, "Is it me or does Vic not like Bennett at all?" Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if even being on IR, I don't even think if he wasn't on IR and Adoree had the concussion, I don't even think they would even start him over Ringo. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's been hurt. He got hurt in the offseason a little bit, came back, played in a couple games in the preseason, and then he was just on IR. So yeah, I did because Vic comes up with the excuse of because he hasn't been on the field and he hasn't played any game snaps. Like, well, early in the season when you're trying to figure it out, they had the opportunity to start him for a full game and they never did. So now that's still your excuse, and now he'll never get to play. It's just
it's true. Manuel says, "Phil, do you believe history repeats itself?" I think sometimes. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it seems like it's very close, but it's not the same exact thing. So I think it just depends, It depends. I guess it depends on what you learn from history, right? Like if the Eagles, did they learn anything from that collapse 2 years ago that will prevent that from happening again? I would like to think so. Palantir says 500. The key is to get pressure on Goff and hit him so hard he turns to Ryan Gosling. Yeah, look, I agree. The key is, in my opinion, you got to be disruptive on Goff. I think that's the key to slowing that offense down. What else I want to know is some people have talked about how the Lions aren't as fast on grass as other fields. So we'll see. I think they're going to be pretty fast regardless. Jesus hits, thank you for the super chat. Do you think Phillips takes Nolan's spot, being that Hunt is playing so well? Yeah, Jalen Hunt has played really good lately. I don't know that he's going to take Nolan's spot. I don't know, but I'm telling you, I'm not letting Jalen Phillips out the building if he continues to play like this. It's just not going to happen. And if that means I can't extend Nolan Smith, I'll do exactly what I did with Jordan Davis with Nolan Smith. I'll pick up his option year. He'll give me 2 more solid years, and then we'll figure it out from then.
Yeah, I mean it's it's a win-win for Howie. So depending on if they they keep him, they resign him, Jalen Phillips, they keep him, resign him, great. If they let him walk, depending on how much he signs in free agency, they get a nice draft pick out of it too. So, but I would like to keep him if he I don't know what Nolan Smith had a sack, great. He came back, he limited snaps, had a sack, deep rotation seems to be working for the guys that. Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt were really, the Eagles were really putting a lot of focus into both of them beginning of the season. And unfortunately, not having a veteran there has kind of hurt this team. And the Eagles signed one that retired. They signed another in Brandon Graham. And now we're bringing a Vic Fangio player. This is the first time Vic Fangio has brought one of his former players to Philadelphia. One of the very few or couple Miami Dolphin players that actually liked Vic. And there you go.
Right. Yeah. Brooks, thank you for the super chat. Portulo better put the crowns down this game. Yeah, he better. You ain't kidding, dude. No magic markers or anything. Captain Dale Berto, thank you for super chat. He goes, Eagles going to shit down the Lions' throats so much by 42-20 that their kids are still going to taste the aftertaste. Thank you, Captain Delberto, for the super chat and that vivid description of what's going to happen. Exactly. Like I said, 24 points or more, I'll shave my head. Fly, Eagles, fly. Thank you for super chat. Feel like this will be an offensive game of the year for us. I do too. I feel like the Eagles are gonna throw, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
VJ Thayer super chat. He goes, we need a cornerback too. And Dijon needs to stay at nickel.
Yeah,
I agree. Let me see. I agree. Thank you for super chat. I'm trying to catch up to this chat here. Thank you for super chat. 46. Thank you for super chat. O-line is back. We're going to dominate both lines. With Phillips, everything falls into place. Nolan really good. Second, Hunt good. Third, yeah. Birds 34. Kittens 24. Kittens. I love it. That's hilarious. Thank you for that super chat. I can see that score. Christopher Michael, thank you for super chat. I feel like Adoree is going to get cooked in this game. If I was Detroit, that's exactly who I'm going after. No,
Yeah.
Going right after Dory. Wherever he is, I'm throwing.
Mm-hmm.
S.A. Davis Super Chat. Nolan Smith looks slower than he is. Has a second gear. Well, it was his first game back. Give him a chance. I would say.
Yeah.
You know, that would be my my thought process. You know, is this you, Joey?
Yes, continuous. Thank you for becoming a member, buddy. Thank you for becoming a member and supporting, dude. I appreciate it so much. Much love, man.
Thank you, man. We got 758 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you subscribe. It says Philly, if Philly isn't ready to put up 30 plus, they could be in trouble. Maybe. I mean, I guess it depends how good that defense plays. You know, it's a much better offense than Green Bay. I'll tell you right now, my final score I'm going with is like 30. I would say about 31-28. I think the Eagles are going to win 31-28. But I think it's going to be high scoring. I think both teams are going to score, and I think both teams are going to move the ball. That's what I have. You know, I think it's going to be a back and forth game.
Yeah. Potentially.
Brooks Davis Super Chat goes, would be nice for some trick plays like the tush push and have Barkley run the outside. Yeah, I'm waiting for it. Thank you for the Super Chat. I'm waiting for the play action one where they fake the handoff, Hurts rolls back and then throws deep again. They did it one time in the playoffs. It didn't work, but they never did it again. I want that play again. I think you need some trickery against Detroit because Detroit will throw everything at you. They're going to throw everything at you. You know, it's just going to happen. Oh, poor Ken James. Poor man. At least you show up. I give you credit for showing up. Even though you got, you got beat by the Eagles again for a third time in 3 games? Mm-hmm. Tattletale says 500. The Cowboys need to still play the Chiefs, Lions, Chargers. If we don't win the division, that's 100% rigged and cursed. Yeah, I don't think there's any chance for them. I think they're done. I mean, they might be the Raiders because Raiders stink, dude. You know, but
yeah,
is this you?
I think it's me. F. Hammond third. Appreciate the membership, buddy. Thank you for joining up, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my man.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Let's see here. However, one good thing about Detroit this season is that they aren't creative as last year. So that might make it easier to predict. It's hard to say because Campbell took over the play calling last week. So, we don't know what his tendencies are going to be, And
you can't change that much. How much can you change halfway into the season? I think he tinkers with some things, but I don't think he completely changes everything. But,
Yeah. Oliver says, offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo needs coaching tips about what works and run it until they stop it. Needs to listen to his players. I agree. I mean, I think you've got to listen and take input from your players because if you don't, then you see the frustration how it builds. You don't have to do everything they say, but you should make some adjustments so that they feel like they're part of it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if they're ignoring it and what they're saying, it's a problem. I think that's a problem. What did you think about the whole thing with Lurie having an on-field conversation with A.J. Brown?
Yeah, it was Big Dom and Lurie. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what discussions are happening. I mean, like Patullo even said, like that AJ's always in his office talking about life, talking about football, maybe punching his face in a few times. I don't know. Yeah, like they have this good relationship since 22. Like they've had this good relationship. Like I just don't get how this guy is being ignored and excluded away from this offense. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I love me some fucking Devontae Smith every game. He's just great. Yeah. He's just so great. I mean, I don't know if you didn't have Devontae Smith, if you had like if AJ was your number one, you had like a number two that wasn't at that level. Like I don't know. You're real lucky right now. You're real lucky because
I agree. No, I totally agree. How many games, 500, do we need to clinch the division? So what is Dallas? 3-5-1?
Yeah.
So they got 5 losses. So I think you need probably another 5 wins to clinch. 5 wins, right? Because that would give you 12 wins. 12 wins would probably clinch it. They've got 5 losses. So 5 wins for sure. So probably most likely another 4 or 5 wins. But you need to win at least 12 games to win a division.
Yeah,
Dallas is 3-5-1. So, right, and Dallas and Washington's 3. They got 3 wins, right, and then the Giants got 2. So you need 5 more wins technically today. But Dallas is going to lose again, of course. So
to the Raiders.
Well, I mean, just in the season, Dallas. I don't see Dallas beating the Chiefs, the Eagles, the Chargers. I don't see them beating any of those teams.
Yeah.
So, probably realistic. You definitely need 5 right now, but realistically, probably another 3 or 4 to win the division, not win the number 1 seed.
Yeah. The Giants have the Packers at 1. Commanders have the Commanders. The Commander Miami game is the Germany game at 9 a.m.
Hey, I'm not waking up for that.
Why not? It's a big game.
Yeah, I'm waking up my wife 4:30. Get out. I'm going to stream. No, I'm not waking up at that.
It could be another successful week for the Eagles. I mean, depending what the Cowboys do with the Raiders on Monday night. I mean, the Raiders are pretty bad.
Raiders stink.
Yeah,
Raiders stink.
Yeah.
The question is, will the Raiders be willing to run Genty 25 times?
How has this season been? How has Genty's season been this year?
I mean, the couple times I saw the Raiders play, I think I've watched 3 Raiders games. He looked good, but Chip Kelly goes like he goes like a couple games so hardly gives him any carries. It's like the way he treated Shady McCoy, where it's just like not getting enough carries. You got to give the guy carries, man. But I think he's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Patullo's calling plays for Super Tecmo Bowl, right? No doubt about it. Yeah, good question. Can Big Dom coach, or does he at least know a guy? I'm sure he knows a guy.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
That I'm sure. Reek Money, thank you for super chat. He goes, AJ was experimental. Time to trade him and draft a wide receiver. Well, if it was experimental, wouldn't you say that the trade worked? Experiment seems to have worked.
So just say, and obviously this is more of a next year thing. So say the Eagles are going to trade AJ Brown the offseason next year. Do they have to find a team? So do they immediately have to get somebody's first round pick in next year's draft and immediately draft a wide receiver in the first round? Like that, does that become when they trade AJ Brown, does it become an immediate need that they have to draft next year?
Well, not necessarily you have to draft a receiver, but if you trade AJ Brown, you have to go out and get another receiver. You have to. I mean, you can't go. You can't have a second. You have to have a second receiver. Yeah. I'm not saying it has to be AJ Brown, but if you were to trade him for argument's sake, you need to go out and get another receiver. Shit. If I'm trading AJ Brown, I'm trading for a 2027 first round pick. Not 2026, a 2027 first round pick. Then I'm trading my 2026 first round pick for another 2027 first round pick. I'm getting that kid that coming out of Ohio State in a couple years, Jeremiah Smith. I'm setting myself up for that.
He used to.
But in the meantime, you need a receiver. Yeah.
Yeah, because Howie's done that. I mean, he likes to trade like those first rounders to get an extra one where he feels like they could humble out the year and not really go for it. They feel like the draft's pretty deep at a certain position who they're targeting, and they could have 2 first-round picks in a couple of years, and that really could build us back up again. So it doesn't shock me if he actually does that. He's done it before. So
no, I would do it, but I would do it even if I kept AJ. But my goal is not to trade AJ Brown. My goal is to me, the Eagles' goal shouldn't be to try to trade AJ. The goal should be to try to get the players on your offense to all buy into the system and be happy and want to stay. Okay, I don't think A.J. Brown wants to go somewhere else like other people think. I just think A.J. Brown wants to be happy in the offense running and feel like he contributes in some sense. And I think the coaching staff has shut him down, and that's why you're seeing all this stuff leak out the way it is. I truly believe that. Rocky Davis, Super Chat. What up, guys? I'm late. Diana Rossini with another bullshit article on Hurts. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Stupid article. Taking maybe kernels of truth and blowing into something it's not. But you know what? My theory, I was telling Joey that my theory is maybe the Eagles leaked that stuff on purpose and give her a BS story. Because every time this stuff like this comes out before a game, Jalen Hurts has an amazing game. And now he's going to go out and have an amazing game because some stupid article got him all riled up.
Yeah.
So maybe. Rocky Davis Super Chat goes, do you all see AJ's new commercial? A Geico commercial. I did not. Did you? I have not, but I see Barkley's got a commercial at like almost as much as Kelsey.
Yeah. Barkley's in everything now. Barkley's
the other day.
Barkley's in everything now.
I know. I had a dream that I was told that Barkley's season can't start until I watched the documentary. So I watched the documentary. So if he goes off, then somebody told me that from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Someone from the A3i Atlas thing flying here told me because I swear I dreamt that. And I was like, oh, I better watch it then. You know? Palantir says 500. Apparently the Lori A.J. Brown meeting was BS and, well, no photos to talk. And the media was informed that they were discussing his problems, which sounds like BS. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I know that the Eagles can't take pictures. Media can't take pictures after the initial like warm-up drills. Once those are done, you're not allowed. They're not allowed to take pictures of practice. So if he was out there talking to him, we wouldn't get pictures.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it makes sense.
500. Yeah, I had a dream. I did. I swear. And I watched it. I watched the documentary, and it was all right. It was fine. And then I'm like, all right, so Barkley's going to go out and have 200 yards. Oh, what do you guys think will happen if Kevin is fired and they get someone? Shane was amazing when Jalen has a solid career. He dominates. Yeah, I mean, I think if they fired him, I think they would probably try to get an established coordinator who may be around for multiple. I think the guy to watch would be Frank Reich. Would not be surprised if they hired Frank Reich as offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Would not.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? Maybe we win the Super Bowl and Patullo gets hired. And here we go again. Who knows? 215 Philly, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, let's trade AJ so that next wide receiver has to go through the same shit where Hurts and Patullo. Yeah, that makes dumbass sense. Yeah, I mean, it's the last thing I want, dude.
Yeah.
It's the last thing I want.
Yeah. Then we face AJ Brown next year on the opposite side, and he kills us with our defense.
Yeah, Lou says he'd take the ball. Are you out on the ball, or you would take the ball? I don't want anything to do with the ball.
No.
Nothing. After the way he yelled at the doctor. Mm-hmm. After the way he yelled, apparently, did you hear that he was threatening Mike Kafka during games? After all that baby shit, and then remember when the Eagles wanted to interview him for a job and he didn't want to take it. He wouldn't interview with him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have anything to do with that guy. The hell with that guy.
You see how
That's what I think.
You see how Josh Allen is playing even way after he was gone from offensive coordinator with Buffalo. Look at the quarterbacks. look at Daniel Jones. Look at, you know what I mean? It's just,
yeah.
Smart move for them.
Joe Perez is Barkley. Oh, it's a little. Is that the deer commercial? I thought it was a Christmas commercial.
No.
It's a Little Caesars commercial. Oh, God.
Pizza.
Oh, pizza. Nobody in Philly eats Little Caesars. I can't imagine anybody eating pizza like that back home.
Yeah. Remember with the Nick Sirianni? Remember the pizza?
Oh, that pissed me off so bad. It really did, dude. Like all those pizza places out there, you're going to go to a place like that. Like I'm stuck with those kind of places because there's nothing else. But no way he should be. No way. The ball's the reason why Hurts got benched at Alabama. I just don't like. I
don't care. I don't know. He's,
no.
Interest.
Bro, anyone saying trade AJ, learn cap? It doesn't make fiscal sense. No, it doesn't make fiscal sense at all. You would have to totally reduce contract, and then you would trade him. I mean, and look, all this talk about AJ wants stats and all this stuff. I don't believe that. You tell me what city is he going to go to and play in a situation where football is is looked at as highly as it is in Philly. There's only a few cities that are like that. Okay, so I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't leave. Like Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips has no idea what he's in for. I mean, he's been playing in Miami where people go just to social. They go to games to socialize, all right, and drink orange juice. They don't take it like serious. He's going to be on a Sunday Night Football in Philly against Detroit tomorrow. That I'm telling you right now, he ain't felt that in the NFL before.
No,
he has not felt that. So I don't think it would do AJ well in his career to go to to a team in a city where you're going to be forgotten. The Eagles aren't going to trade him to San Francisco. They're not going to trade him to Green Bay or Detroit, or they're not going to trade him to any of those kind of teams. So, he's going to go somewhere probably on a bad team that's looking to get a big name in there that is trying to sell tickets, and he's going to be forgotten. Trading AJ Brown is bad for the Eagles, and it's bad for AJ Brown.
Yep, I believe it. 100%.
So I don't think it's going to happen. Christopher K says, "Yo, Philly, for those who criticize AJ, what elite wide receiver would want to play in Philly right now?" Yeah, I mean, you need a guy who's going to be able to put up with Patullo and Nick. And like I said, I don't think this is a statistic thing. I think this is a not feeling part of the offense because the coaches are shutting you out. I really, truly believe that, dude.
Yeah, they're not pulling their weight.
Believe it.
They're not pulling their weight.
Yeah. I think a smart coach, a good coach, they listen to their players. They respect what they're saying. They might not incorporate everything they want, but they take things into consideration and they try to do what's best for the team because they want those players to play their best. And doing things that players do good is important. If you're ignoring the players and shutting them down and shutting them out, that's not good. That's not a good sign.
Yeah, I mean, look, even on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, look, you go from Desai and you go to Patricia, you go to Gannon, you go to these other guys, man, and with Fangio, like it just works out so much because he's not looking for a head coaching job. He's an old vet. An old vet coach that's been around for so many years and has strictly come up with really good defenses, for a long time, have done really well. So it's really hard to find a coach like that and to find somebody that it sucks that you don't have a head coach that can call plays. That's the shitty part about it. If you had a head coach that kept the play calling in-house and that could sign any coordinator that he wants, which doesn't make a difference, that it would be a lot easier, but we don't really have that.
Yep, I agree. And the whole thing with AJ, like I don't want to trade him. I'm on record as saying I want AJ for another 2 years after this year. But talking about trading AJ at this point is pointless. You can't trade him, remove him until after the season anyways. So he's there with us the rest of the season. And he gets a chance to get a second ring. So we're not the Cowboys. We're not 3-5-1. Or I'm sorry, not the Cowboys, the Jet Boys. That's what we call them now. We're not the Jet Boys. We're not thinking about next season. We're thinking about this season. So we need AJ. AJ's here the rest of the year. We got to go win another Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Breaking news: Eagles just signed Terrell Edmonds from the Steelers. Is that true, Joey? Do you know?
I'm looking.
Or not? It's not going to do much of anything. Terrell Edmonds was here already. He stunk.
Yeah, didn't do anything.
So he's just a guy that probably knows what they want to do.
Yeah, no.
The fact that Lori wanted to talk to us pretty big, though. Obviously, it means more media. You know what I think it is? I think Lori is saying, "Listen, we appreciate you. We like you. We want you here. We're going to try to fix this. We know the offense isn't exactly what you need and want, but what we need from you is to just be cautious and careful how you go about putting it out there on social media, because I think that's what was a bad look is, the way that it went down. Yeah, that's probably what it was. I think Lurie has talked to many players, and when there's been issues, he's talked to players before and helped calm things down and work things out. I think maybe it's good that Lurie's involved, because maybe Lurie's going, yeah, you know what? Maybe the coaches should listen to what the players' input is.
Yeah, he's in the press box. He's watching it every single week. He's watching what's going on. So I don't see why there'd be why he wouldn't say anything.
Philly, my point was no wide receiver want to play in Philly. 25th ranked pass offense. We're lucky to have guys patient as they've been. Having elite wide receivers in this offense is pointless.
Yeah, but sorry, go ahead. I'll talk when you're done.
No. You go. I did take my breath for a second.
I'm just saying because like players don't look at, like when players get traded, when players are free agents coming to a team, they don't look at the fucking rank of their off. They look at the wins. They look at whether it's during the year or whatever. They don't look at statistics for the fucking offense. They look at the record. They look at the players who they have on the defense or who they have on the offense. They don't look at statistics like that when players get traded or big free agent signs somewhere or whatever. It doesn't work that way. Never does.
Yeah, and my thought is if you ask a bunch of the best receivers, would you like to come to Philly and have a chance to win a Super Bowl? I believe many of them would say yes. And if they wouldn't, and they would say, no, I'd rather not win a Super Bowl, then do you really want them on your team anyways? That's how I would look at it. Mm-hmm. And this is under the assumption that AJ Brown's complaining because his statistics are down. I don't believe that has anything to do with this. I just believe that's the media and that's it being twisted. I believe it has to do with many guys on offense not liking the style of offense they play because it does not fit their personality. And they're trying to warn the coach and say, listen, this isn't going to work. We've got to be more than this. It's not going to work out at the end. I think he's giving a warning. I really don't. I mean, and maybe I give AJ Brown too much credit. I don't know, but I really don't think he's doing it from a place of selfishness. I think how it handles and comes out in the social media stuff, I think it's a bad look, and I think people run with it as it being self-centered.
No, because the offense is not going to survive playing like this the rest of the year. I think playing like this in the regular season, they can make it they'll make the playoffs. We know that they're going to make the playoffs. But playing this like this conservative shit on offense, they won't make it past the divisional round. They ain't going to make it. They won't make it.
JW brings up something interesting. Hard Knocks has something to do with all of this, I'm convinced. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. You're going to have the Eagles on Hard Knocks next month. They're going to film everything.
So they haven't been filming everything to this point.
Have they already?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does it start well, no, you're saying it starts next month. So do they start filming next month, or does the show come out next month where from to this point
I think it's from the point I think it's like, yeah, I don't know when. I don't think they start filming yet. I don't believe they have. Right. Maybe they have, but usually, if you look at the last year was the AFC North, and it started after a certain week, and then just continue with the push to the playoffs. Now, the problem Hard Knocks is going to have is that you got literally 3 teams that are basically done. Mm-hmm. So, what are they going to have to talk about? You know what I mean? It's going to be all Eagles. Eagles are going to be the headliner of the show.
It won't be a big show. The division's horrible, so it won't get a lot of viewership. Besides for you,
what are they going to Washington's going to be talking about Jayden Daniels rehabbing. Then you're going to have the Dallas Cowboys in their trade, and Jerry Jones is going to be controlling that. And then the Giants, they stink. The only compelling part is going to be the Eagles,
right?
It's crazy. 500, Joey, can you lease the white helmet design? I know, this white helmet is so friggin' awesome, dude. It should be their away jerseys. You think they started? They might have started now. I mean, because we're only a few weeks away. but it's going to be interesting. Really is.
Oh, when's the next time they work Kelly Green? You probably know this.
Dallas.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, they're wearing it in Dallas.
okay.
Fuck yeah.
On the road.
I love it. They wear it in Dallas, and then I think Washington at home is the next two. So, and then maybe one day forever. But that's a whole nother story. But anyway, man, I think we've been on long enough. I just looked at we're over an hour in. I didn't even realize. I thought we were like 40 minutes in. Holy crap, that went fast.
Yeah, I mean,
anything else you want to say?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we talked a lot from last game to what's been happening this week, and now a big matchup tomorrow night. Regarding we're gonna have some news by next week, early next week. Philly Shakedown, new line of merch is coming out. We're gonna have some a Christmas Philly Shakedown sale and some other surprises as well. So definitely stay locked in for that. We're gonna have some.
That's right.
Things.
Yeah, Black Friday sale too. Should do it because we got the Black Friday game.
That's true.
That should be a shirt. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Uh-oh. Rocky says I missed a super chat. My bad, Rocky. I apologize. Here it is here. I think this is it. Yeah. Rocky Davis super chat. What about Bowling Green head coach? We hired as the quarterback coach. He called plays in college. Yeah, I mean, I don't know enough. I don't know enough about him to know whether he would be the guy or not, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, can the Eagles get a coordinator that let's say they hired that coach as offensive coordinator and he goes out there and he kills it. Is he gone? Like every time we get an offensive coordinator, they get hired somewhere else. I'm hoping Petullo will too. You know, I was hoping he could be the next Giants head coach. Kevin Petullo. You know?
Imagine that. We'll find. You know, we'll find out. Like, look, Brian Johnson didn't get hired for a head coaching job. I wonder why. Like, it's so weird.
I just think the Giants should hire Petullo. Wouldn't that be great? That'd be awesome.
Oh shit.
That would be great. Brooks, thank you for the super chat. He goes, Petullo better get some sleep or he'll get put to sleep. You ain't kidding, dude. You ain't kidding. Hey, Nick. Hey, listen, I had a plan for 3rd and 12. Let's run a draw to Shipley. All right? That's a great play. Hey, I got this play. It's 4 a.m. Hey, Nick, I got ideas for 3rd and 12. Run a draw to Shipley. Then we'll just punt it. I mean, come on, dude. It's like, really, that's what you guys work all week for? 2 weeks. 2 weeks they were on a bye and they come out with that.
That is so funny.
You gotta be kidding. I think he should be the Giant head coach.
You should go back to your skits.
Scatterable.
You should go back to your fucking skits and do something like that.
It's true. I mean,
oh shit!
I want Petullo to hire. I want the Giants to hire.
But it's
3rd and 12 Scatterboo. I'll be like, Joey, it's 3rd and 12. Scatterboo's gonna run a draw.
But it's funny, but it's like it's what it seems like. Even for the Thursday night game against the Giants on that short week, it's like Petullo was up all night. You know, like figuring out.
Hey, Nick, I was thinking 1st down. We'll run an inside zone run. Let's run inside to Saquon. Yeah, it's just like, oh, you got to be kidding me, dude. Really? Really? Here we go. Now, it's just like, oh, my God. It's so easy to predict. It really is. Yeah, I'm pushing for Petullo to be the head coach of the Giants. So hopefully he finishes strong. We win a title. Giants announce Petullo. Scatterboo, 3rd and 12, gets the run. Yeah, run him. I love it.
Oh man,
I don't have the glasses around me. I'll have the glasses for Monday Night Football, you know. But tomorrow, I'm doing a triple header tomorrow, Joey. So we'll have to figure out when to do the which.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Going to be late. It's a good day of football tomorrow. You got
you
got Bucks Bills in the morning. For me, 1:00. That's a game that affects the Eagles, and then you got the Seattle Rams game. Now I want to see that game because I want to see if I think Seattle's the real deal or not.
It's a real threat, yeah.
You know what I mean? No, the beard does not go. The goatee doesn't go. I'll shave the beard, but not the goatee. But I will do the hair. If the Eagles win by 24 or more, it ain't happening. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a close game. You know, Nick will keep it close, believe me. We'll keep it close. We'll be up 27 in the third quarter, and it will win by 3. You know, that's what'll happen. Brooke Diver Super Chat. He goes, Patullo got bite marks on his pen, too. Oh, my God, he does. And thank you for the Super Chat. I think you wrote that twice. Thank you. He does. You ever see him biting his pen, dude, during
no.
While they're playing? He's biting his pen, dude. He's like just gnawing on that thing. Dude.
Yeah, he has no
I don't know why. What do you know if you're running?
It's
we
nerves.
know what you're doing.
It's fucking
We know
nerves.
3rd and 12 what you're doing. But why are you 3rd and 12 with Shipley?
I don't know.
Like
put fucking Bigsby in. I mean, shit. Come on. I don't know. Yeah, like
I don't get it.
Fetty well said, yeah, KP called 4 straight brotherly shot. That shit was so they
oh yeah.
That really annoyed me. That was just the biggest cop-out shit I've ever seen in a game.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah, Eagles will be up like 28. They'll be up like 28-3 tomorrow. You watch. And you go into the third quarter. It'll be like midway through the third quarter. And the game will end up being like 28-24, 28-27. Because Nick will take the foot off the gas, and then we'll go into this whatchamacallit, you know? Indy is number 1 on 3rd and 7+. Well, I mean, that's great for them. But they do it thinking we can run it and get a first down. When the Eagles do it, they take Barkley out, and then they run Shipley. It's like they're not even playing to get the first down. They're just giving up the series. They're giving up the drive. That's what they're doing. You know, and to me, if you do that against Detroit and you give the idea is to not give Detroit's offense extra possessions. You don't want to do that, you know. So
we'll see.
We got to see. Will that make them more aggressive tomorrow on offense, or will they be even more conservative tomorrow? So we're gonna find out. It's going to be interesting. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. I hope you have a great night. Anything else maybe you want to say before we go?
Yeah. Let's get this win tomorrow.
Big win tomorrow. Big win if we get it tomorrow. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. With that said, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, you have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to feed the Lamb. Trying to feed the Lamb. You tried to feed the Lamb. You got to give it to C. Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.